Good morning, everyone. It is now 7:30 on this Wednesday morning. We're glad you're waking up with us on Good Day Austin. Not trying to get ahead of myself, but really where my thoughts are right now is the bus stop, the get to school forecast right now.
This morning, it's okay. This afternoon, chance that we could have some spotty showers here and there.
What about tomorrow? That's when you
That's the
indicated
main
we
rain
have
event.
a 90%.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So this is just a preview of what's to come. Looking outside this morning, it looks and feels totally different. Skies loaded with clouds. It's more humid, not as cool. Lots of clouds, not a whole lot of rain. Can't rule out some drizzle. And where is all the rain? Still searching for our first rain event this month. We haven't had any rain here in Austin for the last 34 days. That dry streak could come to an end. The chances today of seeing some measurable rain, 40% in Austin. It's not going to be a whole lot, maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch as we take it hour by hour. As the day goes along, we'll be tracking some showers, trying to sneak in from the southeast. You can see they're few and far between, but watch how the coverage and the intensity of the rain will begin to pick up as soon as tomorrow morning. The wettest spot will be out west, and then all that wet weather will move in to Texas as we close out the work week. And the wild card on how much rain we see will be what happens with this tropical storm named Patricia over the eastern Pacific. Could become a hurricane, and that low could scoop up the leftover moisture and energy and send it our way Friday and Saturday, and that could lead to some flash flooding here in central Texas. Hard to believe since we haven't had a whole lot of rain for the last month, but sometimes that's how it works here in central Texas. Starting the day, overcast, mild, humid, breezy. By the afternoon, you may need the umbrella. Highs right around 85 degrees. We'll talk more about this rainy setup coming up in just a few moments. But right now, let's send it out to Randy Taylor, latest in traffic. Hey, Randy.
Hey there, Zach. We have lots of congestion going around the metro. You can see 35 near 51st Street. It is a tight squeeze here, but they are just typical rush hour delays, so nothing to be too concerned about. We have several incidents working right now, but the newest one is going to be northbound 35 at Breaker. It's not causing any major delays since it is on the northbound side. Most of our rush hour delays are on the southbound side. But if you are about to head out your door and travel southbound on 35 from the toll road to Riverside, those rush hour delays are causing your commute to be almost 40 minutes. I'm Randy Taylor, Fox 7 Traffic.
Firefighters are getting a handle on the Hidden Pines fire in Bastrop County. They hope to have it fully contained either today or certainly in the next few days. Fox 7's Nick Spinetto live in Smithville with the latest this morning. Hey, Nick.
Hey, good morning to you. And brand new at this half hour, just a few minutes ago, new daylight crews went out and began their day-long work to try to put out this fire. This comes as more than 60 families are returning to their homes to find it to find their homes destroyed, burned to the ground after this fire. The Hidden Pines fire has been burning for more than a week. It has scorched more than 4,500 acres. Good news, though, this morning, it is now 80% contained, but it did destroy 64 homes and 77 non-residential structures. Officials believe the fire was accidentally triggered by farming equipment. This morning, more than 300 firefighters are working to contain the flames. Many hope the coming rain will bring relief and help extinguish what's left of the fire. Yesterday, crews did make some progress, which allowed the evacuees to return to their properties. Some found little damage to their homes, while others discovered flames destroyed everything they owned.
That's a hard one to put into words. The hardest part for us is our children. You know, when you take your children in there and they see that everything they have is gone, and you know, for us, we're able to cope with it and understand that things can get better. But for them, it's been very difficult because I mean, everything they had, everything they loved was destroyed. It's a total mix of emotions. From one minute you're extremely sad, the next minute you're extremely grateful. So it's hard to describe.
Now, recovery efforts are being led by the Bastrop County Recovery Team here in Bastrop County. If you want to help, you can just contact them. Their website is bcltrt.org. Again, bcltrt.org. Dave and Amanda, back to you.
All right, Nick, thank you very much.
The daughter of a double homicide victim speaks out. It's been several months since a crime and still no arrest. Police found the bodies of 44-year-old Tina Combs and 45-year-old James Wright at this Kyle home back in June. Combs' daughter, Miranda Hall, says the last time she spoke to her mother was 3 days before the woman's body was found. Tina Combs abruptly got off the phone with her daughter, and when Miranda Hall called her back, the phone was off. Combs leaves behind 7 children and a grandchild. Now Hall is asking for your help.
There's times where I'm like, oh my gosh, she's not here anymore. And I used to see her and talk to her every day. She was a really awesome person. She was really funny. Me and my mom are really close. She loved animals.
If you have any information that can help detectives solve this case, call the Kyle Police Department at 512-268-3232. Miranda has also set up a GoFundMe account to help pay for her mom's funeral expenses. We do have a link to that on the web version of this story at fox7.com.
A police officer in New York City is dead after he was shot in the head. Authorities say 33-year-old Randolph Holder and his partners went out to a call about a possible stolen bike in a neighborhood. When they got to the scene, there was a man on the bike opening fire at them. During the shootout, Holder was hit in the head and he later died. The suspect was captured several blocks away after police shot him in the leg. 3 other men were also taken into custody to be questioned, and 2 guns were recovered. Holder, by the way, the 4th NYPD officer killed in the line of duty in just the last 11 months.
A controversial case comes to an end in Michigan. Zach Anderson made headlines when a judge sentenced him to 25 years on the sex offender registry. When he was 19 years old, he met a girl using a Facebook app. She told him she was 17 years old. The first time they met, they had sex. Anderson later found out she was just 14 years old. His original sentence of jail time, strict probation, and decades on Michigan's sex offender registry drew scrutiny, and his family appealed. This week, a new judge ordered him to be taken off the sex offender list but stay on probation. A follow-up for you. A woman who was injured in a duplex fire last week has died. Last Wednesday, a fire started overnight at 35-year-old Julie Farwell's home on Brown Bark Place, which is off Palmer in Northwest Austin. Her husband was able to make it out with minor smoke inhalation, but firefighters had to rescue her from a bedroom. Farwell was airlifted to Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio with critical injuries. Investigators believe an electrical short led to the deadly fire.
The North Texas teen who was arrested for bringing a homemade clock to school last month is moving to Qatar with his family. His parents made that announcement less than 24 hours after 14-year-old Ahmed Mohammed met President Obama in the White House in Washington. Mohammed was arrested in September after the clock he made resembled a bomb. Police were called. Mohammed was put in handcuffs. Although no charges were filed, he was suspended. His family believes the situation was motivated by his Middle Eastern ethnicity and Muslim religion. Now the family is moving to Qatar, where Mohammed received a scholarship for a Young Innovators program focusing on education, science, and community development. Well, ahead of the next Republican primary debate, some presidential candidates are ramping up their personal attacks. We're going to have more on that story when Good Day Austin comes back.